Ebenezer. And so Samuel raised up this stone, and he called it Ebenezer, and he said, "Hitherto has the Lord helped us." So folk, it's a good thing for us to take quiet time every day in the morning, to take quiet time and just remember what God has done in our lives. If we're fighting a battle in our hearts, in our minds, a temptation, think back to the times in your past when God has given you deliverance. Because, folk, that will encourage you today to say what God did back there, He's going to do it again. Because God hasn't changed, folk. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. So we've got to plant our stones, and we've got to write on them Ebenezer, because what God has done back in the past, He's going to do it again, and we can trust Him. We can trust Him. The first name that's used for God in the Bible in Genesis chapter 1 is the name Elohim. And what Elohim means is the one who always keeps his promises. The one who is always dependable. The one whom we can always count on. So, folk, let's remember what God has done in the past. Because as Ellen White, as she looked to the future of God's people, she said, there's going to come some tough roads ahead for God's children. But Ellen White made the statement. She said, we have nothing. We have nothing to fear for the future, except we forget the way the Lord has led us in the past and His teachings in our past history. Amen. Folk, keep in the front of your mind the mountains that were in front of you maybe a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and now they're gone. And you go, where did they go? Don't ever forget what God has done for you in the past. Don't forget it, friends. Because if we don't forget those things, we have nothing to fear for the future. Amen.